Meron dalawa kaagad sinasabi, they go to the opposite side by saying,
Ako sa akin naman ka, Eli, ang tao susunod yan basta naiintindihan niya sa kapag klaro. Yung problema, hindi natin ma-fault yung tao pag siya nalilito. Kasi yung messaging natin, ang gulo-gulo.
Hindi ho kayo pwedeng basta-basta arestuhin at kasi parang mali po, no?
Ayun, isa
yung
pa yun.
binabanggit po ni NCRPO Chief de Bolsinas na yung mga pakalat-kalat arestuhin. General, wag hong ganyan, wag arrogante.
Saka panahon to ng disaster.
Opo.
Hindi wag natin dadaanin sa wag nating dadaanin sa takot.
just for example, meron dalawa kaagad sinasabi, they go to the opposite side by saying, yung mga pulis, hindi kayo pwedeng maaresto kasi ganon. You know, you don't have to say that. Ano mo lang, you'd encourage people to assert something na konting bagay lang magipag-away sa pulis. Correct. You cannot be arrested if you are out. But if you are advised to go home and you grapple with the police with words and ultimately it comes to dalhin ka sa stasyon for a public disturbance or disobedience to a lawful authority, pwede ka talagang dalhin sa istasyon. At kung dumaban ka sa pulis, it is a direct assault. But itong may mga dalawa kasing para marinig lang. Sabi na hindi kayo dapat nang hulihin ng pulis. Ang problema, because you are confronted. In our ordinary times, there is really no need to be talking about it publicly just to be heard. Para lang marinig ka ng tao, makiksaw-saw ka. Ayaw mo magpaiwan sa mga isyo, so gusto mong sumali rin para marinig ka, meron akong contribution. Ito yan, ha. Huwag mong ganunin ang tao. Just say, obey. Kaya kung sabihin mo, hindi ka pwedeng hulihin, hindi ka pwedeng, and then you are advised, and you become a hothead, makipagtulakan ka sa pulis, kung sabihin ka dito ka magdaan, dito ka, huwag kang pumunta dyan, because you are not allowed, there is now a ban. Tapos, upon the advice of this, mga tao talaga na ayaw pahuli. Alam na mga tao, bright kayo. At alam ninyo, bright kayo. Mga tao lang, pati kayo. Hindi kami kasali. You seem to give a side comment that is not good. Instead of saying na hindi ang pulis, sabihin mo, sumunod kayo sa mga pulis because ang pulis kumukuha ng order dito sa itaas. Kami naman, ako sa itaas, ayaw ko. I hate it. Ayaw ko makipag-ano sa kapwa ako tao. But the problem is there is a crisis. So you have to obey. Hindi naman sila Hindi naman sila maging presidente. Hindi naman sila sinabi sa batas na sila ang magdala ng laro dito. Pagkapanahon ng ganito, it's the executive department. So, better if you give an order, make it milder and more acceptable and not cause parang mairita yung mga police pati military na sabihin mo na gano'n. Hindi naman kayo. It's not you. It is the military commanders that they will obey. Remember, this is an emergency. And during an emergency, tumabi kayong lahat and give it to the people who are responsible for protecting the country, alleviating the suffering, and enforcing public order. Starting to address this crisis, I placed the entire country under a state of public health emergency. Ito nga po, kasali na ang mga mayor dito. No need of an ordinance. Go ahead and enforce the laws that are laid down by the national government and the laws that are already in the penal statutes, in the books, and made a pronouncement last Thursday approving the placement of the National Capital Region under community quarantine. Itong other countries, because of the sensitivity of the Filipinos, maraming kasi, hindi magkaintindihan ang task force. They wanted it more acceptable sa libro lang man. But actually, in other countries, it's really a lockdown. So, dito muna tayo. Paano natin mapigilan ang contagion? Kung sige kayo labas ng labas, tapos you mingle with others, makita mo naman the crowded queues that are being created by ang gustong sumakay. No. Whether you like it or not, you have to be near people. And there will be contact as a consequence. So you cannot avoid people-to-people contact, the very thing that we are not allowing because it will spread the disease. Kung maaari lang po, stay home, and for the businesses, pagka lumala ito, sa bagay, day-to-day ang conference, tignan natin, pag lumalala ito, you better close down your business. That's an order. Because you will also help in propagating the disease instead of helping. Yan ang order ko sa inyo. Starting yesterday, what has been in effect has been a general quarantine which allows the substantial freedom of movement within NCR and even allows the transit of people to and from the NCR for purposes of work and other essential services. Kaya ngayon, pupunta ka doon sa trabaho mo, whether you like it or not, it's a working place, you are there. Pag inatsi ka, makuha ng lumilipad yung the virus. Sabi nila, yung virus, kinokorek ako. I would like to pronounce it, kasi galit ako. Sabi ko, saan itong virus na ito? So, ganoon na lang, ang tawag ko sa kanya, kasi galit ako, virus. Well, lumilipad yan everywhere, especially in cramped and not well-ventilated places. So, you run the risk of going home, giving it to your children, and then your children the next day will play with other children. We cannot really control the contagion perfectly. We want it to be perfect, but there will be the downsides. Food, yung isa. Yung isa naman yung sweldo ninyo. Kaya kung nakikiusap sa malalaking negosyo, magtulong na lang kayo at yung mga suppliers ng dito sa mga sari-sari na manggaling sa inyo, kindly help so that there is at least a economy working around. kung if this can be done by your skeletal force. Huwag yung lahat, yung mag-assign lang kayo ng mga tao na kukunti to minimize. At least kung ilan lang ang lalabas with the social distancing, eh baka mapababaan natin itong delikado na sitwasyon.